Hello and welcome to a new series I call D.D.R Reviews, or D.D.R, but not the video game. Today's review is going to be of Tangled the series. I'm going to be doing my own style review, so I hope you guys like it. First I want to talk about the characters. This is a spin-off series based on the movie Tangled, so a lot of the characters are going to be the same. You have Rapunzel, Eugene, the king and queen, all the ruffians, except for the guy that went on tour with the piano. Haven't seen him. Hook Hand? Yeah. When it comes to fleshing out characters in this show, it does a really good job. In flashback form, gives them trials that conflict what they've done in the past. The main three characters are Rapunzel, Eugene, and Cassandra. Rapunzel's this newly freed princess who wants to see the world and wants to make everybody she sees happy because she doesn't really understand what human interaction is. Eugene's trying to make up for everything that he's done and try to prove he's a good guy.
Cheating, lying, and deception, that may have been how Flynn Rider would handle this. But I'm Eugene Fitzherbert now, and I have to do this the right way.
Cassandra's trying to prove to the entire kingdom and her father that she's more than just some lady-in-waiting. It still has its charm, though. Rapunzel's still very sweet and kind to everyone she meets, give or take.
Insecure much, Half Pint?
Listen, Rapunzel. No, you listen. Cancel everything. Lock down the castle. Nothing gets done until we find Pascal. Nothing is more important than that. Nothing. Is that clear?
I would do what she says.
Eugene serves as comic relief for the most part once you get past his arc.
Eugene?
Oh, and this is where she hit me with a frying pan for the very first time. Little known fact, but the blow actually improved my hairline. Yeah, pre-pan, cowlick. Post-pan, perfection. Watch your step, pal. That's where I died.
Cassandra's basically like the opposite of Rapunzel, so that there's a little bit of balance in there. So it's not just this lighthearted show. It has the balance of realism versus fantasy.
No. No word on Pascal. Look, we're going to have to call off the search for now.
What are you talking about?
I know you're worried about Pascal, we all are, but you have another packed day ahead of you.
Does each character have development? Yes. When it comes to Rapunzel coming out of her shell and understanding that people have problems, not everyone's gonna like you. It's just normal human things that most of us take for granted that she never had. Again, Eugene proving that he's not just some thief. Like, he can actually be useful and helpful, even though he's still kind of cocky. Cassandra, I believe there's more to her than we know, but for now it's just her being an adopted daughter trying to prove that that she doesn't need to prove, but she wants to prove that she can be a good daughter, she could be the captain of the guard's daughter, she can be something more. And that leads to, is there plot in this series? Yes, there is plot. Basically, the whole overall is 1 year. The whole first season takes 1 year after the events at the end of Tangled. So we go from Rapunzel's birthday to the next birthday. There's a lot that happens in between. Is this show episodic and basically one of those each episode's a new kind of problem, new lesson to learn kind of thing? Yes. Yes, it is. But each episode also serves to introduce you to a different part of Corona. You learn about everyone who lives there. Every person, every one of their problems, what they go through in daily life, and how they affect the kingdom. Basically, we're learning everything that Rapunzel needs to learn to be queen. But without it being shoved in our face like, this is what you need to learn to be queen. She understands and realizes who every person is in Corona. And that teaches us to appreciate each person. As you watch through, every person becomes more recognizable. Oh, that was that lady from that episode. Oh, that was that guy from that episode. To the point where when the conclusion comes towards the end, and everyone's there, it's a very big, like, crowded ending. There's a lot of people. You know every single person in that crowd. What they've been through, what their personality's like, what their hardships are, what their talents are. Everything that Rapunzel or we have learned this entire time watching this series is in that moment, and you understand what Corona means to them. While underlined, Rapunzel the entire time wants to go away from the kingdom, not even for the reason like she doesn't like the kingdom, just she wants to explore the world, and it just happens that that's just part of who she is. And she really hasn't had a chance, because most of her life she's been in a tower, looking out at the world, not knowing what it is. But she understands her duty to her people of Corona, so she tries her best to be the princess that they need and want. There is a looming threat going throughout the entire series. It kind of goes away for a bit, but when it comes back, you're like, oh yeah, that's happening. it all comes to one point at the end, and that's really nice because every little aspect, every show, you don't need to watch them all, but if you did, it all clicks together, which is really nice. Also a good thing, almost every character has a backstory. Even Pascal gets a backstory episode. We found out how they met. All these things. It's really amazing. Like, they go deep into every character to flesh out every bit of that character to make them more real. Of course, it is a Disney TV show. Most Disney animated TV shows have music or singing in it. Music and singing. The music in this is very reminiscent of the original movie. It fits perfectly right in where it needs to be. And the best part, honestly, in my opinion, about how the music works in this series, every song is meant to express the feeling of the person in the moment as an exposition. It's not meant to really push the plot forward. I mean, it does make the plot go forward, but realistically, it's not like a montage thing, where it's like, oh, we have to get through a year of time or a month of time, here's a montage song. And even if it is like that, it's only focusing on the emotions that that character that is singing is having at that moment. You understand how they're experiencing that moment or that time period versus, again, just a nice ditty to get past the day or whatever. There are a lot of really amazing songs in this series, and I really recommend watching it because, again, it's for kids. I get it. But it does dive into the world of Tangled more, so if you ever wanted to learn anything about Corona, about that world, it's a really good series. That's been my review, guys. Go check out the series. Hope you guys liked it, and until next time, make sure to subscribe and Momentai. Bye!